Everybody has a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Welcome in. Woo-hoo. Another Monday night. Woo! What a weekend, folks. College football. The first official weekend. Oh. How about you? Watched some shit. Drank some shit. Ate some shit. Had an all around good weekend because it's upon us, folks. Oh, yeah.
Jay Wiggy, take out the trash!
What a wonderful start to college football weekend, Grant Mills. We had a good time. I saw you this weekend, and you know what? I kind of made fun of the games for week one. The slate wasn't that impressive, but man, nice little. You still recovering from the alcohol there? Got a little burp in?
I'm drinking beer right now. What are you drinking on?
Shit, I mean a bowl of ice cream.
Damn.
You know what though? Some of those games came out really, really good. TCU, Colorado. I kind of expected that, but who knew Colorado was going to be on top? LSU. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. Florida State rocked they asses. North Carolina, South Cackalack. So a good start, good weekend. Good to see the friends. Good to see you in person, and glad you're keeping the drinking going. Keeping the pattern.
What kind of ice cream are you? Well, hold on. Don't tell me. I'm going to guess. You're a butter pecan man, aren't you?
Boom, 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 boom. No, you want another guess, or you made a? Take one more stab at it.
I'll say chocolate.
Okay, close. Cookies and cream.
Oh man, you have one of them fancy flavors.
Oh, yes. What kind of ice cream you like?
If I'm gonna go with ice cream, it's probably gonna be like vanilla or like pistachio or something.
I like vanilla. I like the classic vanilla because you can do with it whatever with it. I mean, it's good by itself to me, but if you want to decorate it a little bit with some sprinkles or some hot fudge, uh,
Oh, you do sprinkles and stuff? You have toppings in the fridge?
sometimes I don't have them in the man. We probably have some in the kitchen somewhere in the spice rack, but man, they've probably been sitting there for like 17 years.
You got the crushed nuts, the sprinkles, chocolate and rainbow,
Make a,
M&Ms,
yeah, rock a Sunday every once in a while.
Butterfinger.
Butterfingers, Butterfingers,
Butterfinger, that's a good candy bar there.
underrated candy bar. I agree with you.
But good. Yes. This weekend was good, man. It was a good weekend. I wasn't saying much when I was over at your house, but the beginning of that day, wait a minute, the beginning of that evening, so I was chilling, and then, man, for some reason, it was muggy as fuck. I didn't say anything. I was like smoking weed, and then, like, I don't know, man. I was like, it was hot as fuck, too, man. And everybody was like, oh, it feels good out here. I was like, man, I'm about to take my ass inside. But I didn't say anything. I just chilled for some reason. Normally, I would just go in and chill, but I don't know why I didn't. But that
Yeah,
was like the first couple of hours, and then it was all right. But man, shit.
I thought the same, to be honest. I wish I would have just told everybody to migrate inside. I always think it's funny. Guys are like that. People invite to the house and you sit outside the whole damn time. Man, but you know what? We do a lot of tailgating and field parties. I couldn't even imagine right now. At least we were relatively close to the house or at a house, just hanging out on the deck. But out in the field or tailgating, you guys are ballers who went out this weekend because it was still warm. It was the best day in the past week. Yesterday was hot, but Saturday was okay. But yeah, I'm with you. Just say something next time because I even joke that we redid my sunroom that I've talked about on the show several times, and all the guys hang out on the deck, which I redid that too. But yeah, man, it was muggy. I said it at one point, and everybody said the same thing. Like, oh, it feels good. I was like, ooh.
I just should have walked my ass in there. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I was just chilling and shit. But yeah, man, there for like 2 hours, I was like, I couldn't even really talk. I was like just chilling. I didn't smoke 3 blunts. I was just like sitting there. So I don't know.
No worries.
On the inside, that shit was fucking nice, man. Redid everything. Looks good, man.
Appreciate it. I know I've talked about it a lot, so that good affirmation is always good to hear. Yeah, man, I just say something next time. Walk in, always welcome anywhere you need to be over here. The good thing is, I think, hopefully, at least after this fucking weekend, maybe the weather will start cooperating. I'm ready for a little bit of a jacket weather or some shit.
Ejaculatory weather? Is that what you said?
Ejaculatory. Yeah, we need some jet. Weird. I'm rocking it. No, yeah, it needs to cool down a little bit. It don't feel like football quite yet, but hey, we're in the season.
Oh yeah, hopefully we will we'll get some cooler weather. It was a good time though. I was glad to see folks, man, getting in the spirit of football watching and whatnot.
That's the spirit.
There's quite a few people that came out that I thought wouldn't come out as well, so that was good.
Yeah.
And fools chilled, man. We were watching games all night, man. It's the time of the year when this is what's up. I don't even know if the Pac-12 network's still around, but we're watching some fucking Pac-12. I think the last one was a Pac-12 game anyway. For right now, I know UCLA is going on to the Big Ten with USC next year, or did they already go? That's next year, right?
Yeah, I think everybody is official next year. I know that's the case for the SEC, Texas, and Oklahoma transfers. It still feels weird, even though they're not technically. So, and then next year is also the playoff expansion. So it's going to be 2024 is going to be fucking wild for college football.
Oh yeah. It's we got some realignment going. Got a lot of other shit going on. Colorado, man, I was not expecting that.
Not like that. Not at all. I thought they played. They played clean. Excuse me, my ice cream went down the wrong hatch. They played a clean game. Offense looked great. Man, Dion though, man. I mean, he's a coach. I mean, I really feel like I thought the game would be good. I thought TCU was overrated because they got their asses handed to them in Georgia last year. But I thought TCU would end up winning it. I thought bringing FCS players, a lot of them, up to FBS would be the deciding factor. Still thinking it'd be close, but man, that was game of the week, obviously. Had to be. No question.
That was definitely a great game. So, how'd you? Man, I'm just glad that football is back. Who else is back?
I'm glad to see y'all this weekend. I was chilling for a minute. I know I had to go home a little bit early, but my baby called me. I had to tap out again.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
shit.
a bitch. But at least you ate some nachos and shit.
I'm going to live.
Yeah, whatever. Whis Cree, how was your weekend besides watching footballs with the fellas? Do anything else?
I mean, me and baby cuddled all weekend, yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, you're an idiot. You are a fucking puss.
I mean, I don't see you getting any pussy, motherfucker.
I might not be at the moment, but that's okay. I'm not huddled up with a biatch being a hoe bag and going through all kind of drama, you stupid bitch.
He loves
You need to
sports.
shut the fuck up right now before I come over there and beat your ass.
You ain't gonna do shit, you fucking curly-headed bastard.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you want to talk football or bitches? Which is it? Football or bitches or football?
We talk about football and bitches.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
All right. Man, so good weekend. What else did you do, Wiggy? Anything else?
It was a quiet weekend because, wife and kids were out of town. And so I had the house to myself Sunday and today. And, it's funny because I figured with no, nothing to attend to, no responsibility, little responsibility, had to let the dog outside and shit. But I thought I'd actually get shit done. I didn't do shit. Sat around, watched TV, watched some clips from the football this past weekend. I was lazy. I didn't go to the gym, and that was always kind of my thing still. But man, I was just kind of going through the motions. It's Labor Day. It's so crazy to me. People do a lot of shit for Labor Day. I guess I never have. Do you have any Labor Day traditions? Do you go out of town? Is that something you did growing up, or you don't even care? Because I've never really cared. It's just kind of a day off for me.
Except hookers and cocaine. What the fuck happened to my computer?
Oh no.
No, we good. I think I might have hit a weird button and went into screensaver mode, but we're all good in the place to be. What are you doing? Oh. Yeah, so man, I'm glad for a fucking football weekend. Something different, man. We got the games on tap.
Yeah.
Oh, and lots of fun stuff. I did have sex with a girl this weekend, though, also.
Oh, you had sex with the girl. How'd that go?
Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you this. She was so dumb, she thought Fruit Punch was a gay boxer. And just there's some weird hoes out there, but she did have good pussy though.
Hey,
It wasn't bad.
that's all that matters.
Hey, so you didn't go anywhere this week. You had training, you said, right?
Yeah, that was the past week. Did some training, and then this week I think I still have some more. I don't know. I have not. It's been one of those weekends. I feel like I had so much going on. I almost completely forgot. I had a job, and like Tuesday, I have to go back to work. But to me, that's a compliment. That's a good weekend. I had a great time with everybody. I think you were the first one over, hanging out. We'll have to do that again. Get everybody up. And we had LD, one of our frequent callers and co-host on here, and a couple other guys with nicknames I can't think of right now. Big Mustard was here.
Yeah. I love some buffalo dip.
It was
Oh,
pretty good.
yeah, buffalo dip was good. Yeah, that was broke out. Had some pizza and some chicken. Couple of plates full of chicken, and then some buffalo dip, tater chips. Man, I love some tailgating football party food. It's just all bad shit.
It was pretty good, man. Lots of liquor and beer, and plenty of football watching. So yeah, not a bad weekend. We'll have the picks later on this evening, folks. So stay tuned for that. Also got a game review, not vintage this week,
Ooh.
but it's still a good one. I feel. Whew. Whew. I'm drinking on a Cahaba Blonde tonight. You're not drinking on anything.
No, I'm not drinking on anything tonight. I had enough this weekend. Cabo Blanc, man. Great beer. Great beer.
I'm drinking on some Red Dagger tonight, yeah.
Ugh.
Red Dagger, that's some cheap shit.
I mean, I'm a player, yeah.
No, you're not with that shit.
Red Dagger, oh.
That's terrible.
Oh, God, that's some nasty shit, motherfucker.
Red Dagger.
Y'all just ain't never got y'all dick sucked like me, yeah.
I have. I don't drink Red Dagger, you fucking bitch.
Shit ain't got nothing to do with anything.
That's some cheap shit. That's some cheap ass shit. That's some like Wild Irish Rose shit. I don't know how they drinking that crap. Anyway, man, so good week, good weekend. Let's go ahead and get into some calls. Alrighty, we got Jerry in Knoxville. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, boys, this is Jerry from Knoxville, boy. Jerry Kirschenberger, don't you ever forget. I'll tell you something, boy, about Tennessee Vol football. See what we did, Virginia, boy? We gonna do that to you boys there in Alabama, boy. We hold Alabama.
That damn Jerry. That was one game, you dumb fuck. And it was against Virginia. Hey,
Yeah, they're
get
terrible.
the hell out of here. Stupid bastard.
I think Virginia had 3 wins last year. Yeah, it was not that impressive. Not impressive at all.
Yeah, so Tennessee's getting all woo. I didn't even watch that game. Did you see that game?
Saw a little bit of it. I mean, I didn't. It's so hard to gauge these early shitty games because the difference in talent is just far away. So watched a little bit, but nothing that I could. There's nothing I can add that's gonna provide any insight on Tennessee football. But Alabama's gonna kick their ass this year. Mark my words.
Are they playing at Neyland or in Tuscaloosa this year? Do you know?
Tuscaloosa this year.
Okay, so that'll be good. I'm just hoping they fucking got, and I don't think they will, but I don't. It's so early.
Yeah, it's just early. I mean, I say that as a biased Bama fan, but I mean, like I said, yeah, too early to call anybody right now. Nobody. And you can even say, well, Colorado looked great. Of course they look great, but it's relative to who they're playing. They're playing a team that got their asses handed to them 65-7 in the national championship. That was all the other teams were picked against them. Yet they did upset Michigan, but I mean, there's nothing. That shit happens. I'm not taking away from that. It's just early. Let's not make any judgments. Watch it, and then it'll all unfold slowly every week. So he told us not to forget his name. I can't even remember what the fuck it was. What do you
forget his name? What are you talking about?
Jerry. He said you got to remember his name.
Yeah, Jerry Kirschenberger.
Oh, you remembered it. Damn.
That's right. Yeah, I know Jerry. He's called, and he's a shit talker. He's one of those shit talking callers, but he is a regular.
We need that.
So this past week, I did watch a new episode of Darkside of the 2000s.
Ooh.
I don't think you've watched any of those yet, have you?
No, I saw a little bit of I saw some of it on YouTube where they had the clips of some of them, but I haven't seen enough. It's interesting to me because I think the 2000s is interesting as fuck decade. What was your takeaway from it?
So this one was Charlie Sheen and the whole 2.5 Men. saga. You know, when he went
Ah,
crazy back in
yep,
2011 and all that
yeah.
shit. And I know you wasn't into 2.5 Men either, or I don't think Whis was,
That show's doing.
but that's an actually great show, man. Like it really is. The writing on that show, like if you know anything about comedy writing, it's fucking stupid. Like the writing on that show is really fucking good. And that's one of those shows I can keep watching, man. Like I don't care about Ashton. Like after they got rid of Charlie, it went to shit, but that's kind of to be expected. But that show, man, is fucking great. I don't give a fuck. Like it's a fucking great show. Um, so that was his whole thing, dude. And I think when he came into it, so during that whole span, he was on it 8 years until he got fired. He had 4 children and went through 2 divorces.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And so with that, and also Hollywood, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about Hollywood for real, but what I've heard, I think about someone like that, Charlie Sheen, been in the business, came from his dad, really got him in. Think about you being a big star in Hollywood. People want you to do shit for them, or it's kind of like the mafia I hear, or the things I've seen. Not only that, but then all the crazy shit that he had to deal with. But I'm not gonna say he didn't bring some of it on himself. He had a crazy ass drug dealer, had a penchant for prostitutes, and he was definitely a wild dude.
Oh yeah,
wild,
100%.
wild. But that I wish he would have fucking. I wish he wouldn't have went crazy, but he did. He was getting paid $1.8 million an episode. He was like the highest paid fucking actor at one time.
That's fucking
doing
ridiculous.
that fucking show.
It's funny to watch a lot of these. Not funny, but you see the celebrities how they get fucked up, especially ones that start young. And I understand that. I think a lot more people would be can't handle that type of fame and pressure and people in your life. And I think so many people think, I don't know Charlie Sheen specifically, but you see it with a lot of the younger guys, Amanda Bynes, younger guys and girls, I should say, but they go fucking nuts. I mean, to have that spotlight on you and to give somebody young so much fucking money, I mean, it's just fuck you money. I think it can fuck with anybody's head. I think it's interesting, but he's doing pretty okay now, right? He's
actually doing all right now, and him and Chuck Lorre are actually, I think they're writing another show, if I'm not mistaken. Got something going on. So Chuck Lorre's a goddamn genius. I don't give a fuck. That motherfucker wrote Dharma and Greg. I don't give a fuck about that show, but it was successful. He wrote 2.5 Men. He did Big Bang Theory. There's a couple other ones, but they're huge. They're huge. Like, this is not a one-time. The motherfucker's a genius when it comes to writing and all that and putting a fucking show together. So, like I said, I think him and Charlie are working on something else, but that was a good one. Darkside of the 2000s. Charlie Sheen had I believe one of the goddesses was actually on there, one of the original ones. Not Brie Olson, but the other one, I can't remember her fucking name. She's pretty hot. And then there are a couple of other people. I wish he would have been on it, and I wish John Cryer would have been on it. I think I'd have made it better, but John Cryer is pretty fucking funny too, man. I mean, the whole thing about that show is this is not a new idea. This is a rehash of The Odd Couple, okay?
Right.
They just did it differently, and any kind of show that has someone that's like that's fucking annoyed or angst, shit like that's funny. And you got 2 totally different fuckers, some like womanizing fool, and then a nerdo who just got divorced. They're 2 totally different characters, and that shit right when it came out was an instant hit. And so, yeah. That motherfucking Chuck Lorre, man. I wish they could have made it fucking. I wish he wouldn't have went crazy, but I also don't know what it would be like to be in Charlie Sheen's I mean, Denise Richards.
Oh
She's
man.
fucking hot as hell.
Oh yeah.
He was married to her.
Oh,
Had 2 kids with her.
fucked it up. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it though, man. I mean, I think there's just, I mean, I think people shit on acting from the outside looking in. Oh, that's not a tough job. You're a fucking celebrity. I think they put in their work. I mean, they're entertainers. They're making a lot of money. I think they get paid what they're worth. Otherwise, they wouldn't be getting paid that amount. But I do think, in the general scheme of things, I mean, it'd make anybody fucking go crazy. That's a shit ton of money. I mean, you're set for life. You're not doing the typical grind. I think you have to keep up with shit. It's kind of weird because like there's so many differences in like really rich people too, and how they have to keep up with people. Man, I don't know about me, but I know I do dumb shit. I'm sure, but I'd probably go off the grid and shit and fucking hide if I had enough money. Fuck it.
Well, sitcoms and movies are 2 different things. When he came on that show, he had only done Spin City for, I think, a couple of seasons, and then he was mostly doing movies. But when you go into sitcoms, those are 16-hour days.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a grind for real. And then all the other shit that we don't know about Hollywood going into it, I'm pretty sure he was stressed to the max. But hey, man, when you're making that kind of money, I guess you got to fucking deal with it.
Oh yeah.
And when Ashton took over, Ash sucked. That fucking went downhill. But they still had enough fucking people that watched it to ride it out. So you really can't blame Ashton for it. He just did what he did. You know, he sucked on that role. But I mean, what are you gonna do? I think they should have picked somebody different. I don't think you're gonna pick somebody like that. It didn't make any sense.
He didn't seem like a good fit for that. Nothing against Ashton Kutcher. I mean, hell, I think he's not a bad actor. He seems like a decent human being, but man, I didn't watch it that much. I watched it enough to be familiar with the show. But yeah, he just didn't seem like the right fit.
Hell, girl. But I think the next one, I'm trying to think what the next one is about. Fuck. Because I think the last one was The Bachelor. We talked about it a little bit. Or was it the Howard Stern shit? I don't know. Anyway,
we talked about Howard Stern. Did you see that they're having a Golden Bachelor? Did you see that?
Oh, dude, I was gonna bring that up.
Oh yeah,
what
well,
fuck.
It's on the table now. I think it's fucking embarrassing and dumb.
I'll be honest, man. When I saw that, I was like, I'm surprised I didn't bring that out sooner. To be honest with you, Bachelor, that show's been on a long time.
Very long time. Yeah. I mean, I just think now it's just it's a way to elevate people into well, maybe for an old man, maybe it's legit, but I don't know. They get so fucking emotional. It's almost embarrassing because I saw the commercial for it, and the old man's like talking. I guess that's his kids, probably like, I've been looking for somebody, and they're all hugging and crying and shit. Well, motherfucker, go look. Ain't nobody stopping you. Why do I gotta watch it? I don't have to watch it, but why does America need to know you're hunting for some broad?
It's all fake. I mean, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
You've kind of been into this thing, and you know what producers do. Producers are there
100%.
to fucking make it something, right? That's their job, is to get in there and fucking make it. I don't know even how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying. To generate
100%.
You know, shit to make it interesting or whatever. That's what they do. That is a producer. You're producing bullshit. And, Morgan Freeman, not the black guy, but Morgan Freeman, the white producer at MTV that came up with the whole pregnant mom, teen mom shit. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
I agree.
Fuck you goddamn stupid ass bastard.
We should not
kids watching this stupid ass shit, you stupid fuck. And you got a family? Fuck you and your stupid family. Help all them bitches are teen moms, you stupid bitch. It's so these motherfuckers that goddamn put out this crap, garbage, bullshit.
100% garbage. I agree with that. That's I think, well, fuck Teen Mom. I don't even get into that bullshit. But I think The Bachelor at one time, I'm not gonna say it was always legitimate. I'm sure 100% it wasn't. But at the same time, I think 15 years ago, there could have been some legitimacy to it. Of course, it's still a game show, regardless of how you look at it. But I still think, okay, before the days of influencers and social media had a stranglehold on the world, I think you could literally go on there, give them your preferences, probably have a guy or a girl, go on dates with people, find somebody. If that's your style, that's not mine. But hey, it could work. Now, after they've ran this shit for 15 fucking years, and everybody that goes on these shows wants to be a social media influencer, a YouTuber, a podcaster. Wait a minute. Anyways, yeah, but I mean, you see what I'm saying? They're going on there to elevate themselves, not to actually find love. I think at one time there's a concept. I'm not saying it would work. I just don't think. I think now it definitely doesn't work. Yeah, I don't see it. I think it's entertainment, but I mean now it's strictly that. There's no legitimacy. And yeah, I know a little bit about the background, especially with ABC and what I've heard from producers. A little inside knowledge there, guys. But yeah, one of them told me a lot of that's very influenced by the producers, and they always have a plan on the show too. There's one or two characters that are there to stir up shit. Probably a actor that hasn't made it yet, and they're getting a couple of bucks to go go fuck it up.
Yeah, it's all fake bullshit. But I mean, I'd rather watch fart videos on YouTube.
I would too. I'd rather watch real farts and fake assholes.
I don't think they're real farts, but it's still funny.
Oh yeah.
How the hell did we not think about this 5 years ago? Farting everywhere and on people.
Hey asshole.
It was still funny shit, dude. I'd be laughing. But yeah, so I was not a real reality TV guy anyway, though. I never got into it. I can't even think of a show, not even The Real World. Man, I never got into any of that shit. I never gave a fuck, man. Because I don't know, I guess I always kind of just thought it was fake. And, but who the hell cares, man? I don't know, man. I just never got into it. Some people just love that bullshit. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't know.
I'm like, well, sometimes you just gotta fucking live your life.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I guess that's what you do.
Let's go ahead and go to Raj in North Carolina.
Right.
Hey, fuckers! Hope you had a great weekend. How are you feeling about the Florida State LSU game? I could not believe that shit. Crazy as hell. I lost a lot of money. And also, what are you thinking about Carolina this year? You think I know I've asked this before, but I love my Panthers. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Hey, he got off quick. The Florida LSU game, man, holy mother. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to be the other way around.
Yeah, we were texting during that first drive, and LSU looked unstoppable, and fucking Florida State said, "Fuck it, we're going to stop them." They stopped them. Then they just put it on LSU. I don't particularly like Brian Kelly. I don't like the things he says in his press conferences. I think he puts down his team in a. I think there's a way to speak about your team and your squad, and the way he did it last year and the way he does it, he just seems like a smug asshole. I don't particularly like him. I don't like LSU as a Bama fan, but take that away as a coach. I don't like Brian Kelly, so I'm glad he got his comeuppance and fuck LSU.
It's also only the first game. I mean,
yeah, it's hard to. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we've said this tons of times. We're not experts, but really, unless you've played at that level, nobody is. But it's the first game. They could move 3 or 4 players and have a completely different team that goes undefeated and wins out the SEC. That's not an SEC game. Has no bearing on what they do in the SEC or the SEC West. So if you are an LSU fan, I guess I'll give you a silver lining. First game, if you're going to lose early. And it's not a conference game. So LSU is still in the running. Everybody is at this point.
Jaden Daniels needs to put on about 100 pounds.
He's little.
he's gonna try to play like that. I know he's tall. He's like 6'2", 6'3", but I mean, you can't, bro. You're in the SEC. And this ain't the Pac-12. You can't be trying to run like that.
No.
You gotta check down. You gotta utilize the pocket, man. You can't just like go over one read and then dip. So you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt, boy. These big boys, they don't play down in this league. They will fuck you up. Even fucking big quarterbacks, dude. I mean, you ain't Tim Tebow. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, even big quarterbacks, man, you got to try to limit your exposure to big hits and big tackles. And I mean, I get it. If you can't do everything, that's fine. But you got to, lack of a better term, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Don't take those hits. Damn sure don't take them early. There's not a bowl game. There's not a conference. There's not a title on the line. Yeah, man, poor kid. He was getting his ass handed to him.
Oh, I knew he would know that.
I knew it.
Hell yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh, we got Harriet.
Harriet.
I hadn't heard from her in a while. What's up, Harriet?
Hey there, this Harriet. Hope y'all doing well. I know it's been a minute since I called. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How you doing, Harriet?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for some football. I've been watching. Y'all know Bama gonna do it. What y'all think about this Texas matchup? I think they gonna whoop their ass. These hockey ain't about shit. I wanna know what y'all think. I'll hang but listen. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Harriet.
Roll
I didn't
Tide.
see. Who did Texas play this past weekend?
Texas played Rice this past weekend, if I'm not mistaken, and they did not start out very hot. 37-10 was the final at Texas. It was it was 16-3 at the half, and they did not look particularly good. Blew up in the third, 21. If I remember correctly, let me see if I can pull the stats, but Quinn Ewers, he was really good last year. 19 out of 30, 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. So not obviously not bad, but not anything that you would think against Rice on an opening weekend. Got Arch Manning as the third string QB. So I think, like always, it's hard to gauge first week. They know it's not a team that they're going to. They know it's a blowout game. They know they're going to win. It's just how much. So I don't think it's fair to say, well, they only beat them by 27. Alabama beat the other shitty team by fucking 50. Alabama's going to walk all over them. I don't think that's the case. I will say this: playing at Bryant-Denny, and Alabama's defense, what impressed me with Alabama, not trying to be biased, was that they just looked clean, crisp. They made really good, clean, crisp defensive plays, good coverage, very aggressive, very physical. So, again, hard to tell with a jobber team that you're playing, but I think Alabama's got it in the bag. We'll get that in a picks out of the 10 games a week. Of course, Texas, Alabama's going to be one of them. So what were your thoughts? Did you get to see any of Texas play? Or
I did not. So that's why I was like, what did you think? Because I didn't even get to see him, man. Right now we got Clemson and Duke is beating Clemson right now, 21-7.
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I thought Klubnik would have been better, but I don't know a lot about him.
Wow.
I know DJU went to Oregon State.
Did you watch him yesterday?
I did see him. He looked pretty good, but I mean, I can't remember who the fuck they're playing. I mean, so I think it was like San Jose or something.
Yeah, it was San Jose State. It's actually not a bad game for Sunday game, but yeah, he wasn't very good at Clemson. He just had shades of brilliance, then just shades of horribleness. I thought Oregon State seemed like a good fit. He's a big, huge quarterback, but
he's a big boy,
huge boy. But yeah, Clemson. I'm gonna have to turn this game on. I forgot that we had a game tonight.
I looked at it and I was like, damn, another game. Hell yeah, I can't believe it.
What do
I'm
you?
gonna drink some more and watch football. So yeah, now he was doing some running, and I know that's his main deal. He's not very good with the passing. He needs to tighten that up. That was his deal. He's just not accurate, and that's the way it is, man. Like, and then this game, you can't. Running's cool, but you gotta have the passing game down, man. So
Got to.
he just doesn't have accuracy.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this one on. Clemson losing. Man, Dabo, is he losing his touch?
I don't know, man. What was the last one they won? Was that 18?
Yeah.
17?
Maybe it was. Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, I think so.
2020 was Bama, and then what was it, LSU after that or before that? Burrow. 22 last year was Georgia. LSU, Bama, Georgia. Yeah,
was
LSU.
Burrow.
Okay, so 18 probably had to be Clemson. 2016 was Bama.
I thought 18 was Bama. Was that not Tua Tagovailoa? Or was that? Oh fuck, I don't know. I thought it was. I might be wrong.
I know it was 19 LSU, 2020 Bama, Georgia and Georgia last two. So I know Clemson and Alabama swapped back and forth. They were 2016, so now who's my 2017? Was it? Well, Tua lost against Clemson, right? Because he threw that pick. It was like 44-16 or some shit. Like opening drive, pick six. But
what was the one when he threw that one at the end, Georgia?
Oh, that was
last fucking, like, everybody's like, oh!
Oh yeah, 2nd and 26. I think that was that 16?
Damn, was it that fucking old?
Or was it 17? Fuck, I can't remember shit.
I don't know. Anyway. Okay, that's all right. I fucking swear I thought it was 18, but
maybe, you know what? I think it was 18. I think you're right. I cannot remember. That's bad when you have so many you can't remember them. God, Duke is beating Clemson's losing. They're going to lose this.
Yeah.
Wow, number 9. Okay. Pick'ems for the week. I got Duke.
Did you pick Duke for real on this one?
Fuck no. Well, no, hell no.
Did we even pick this game? I don't even know if we picked this game.
We did not pick this game. I did not put it in my pick'ems for last week. Let me double check because I actually did get those done. But wow, that is a nope. We did not have them down because I figured this would be a beatdown. But it's weird. We mentioned it last week, and I talked to another friend of mine about this. It's kind of weird, and you again, Bama bias here, but you have to give Bama credit for staying relevant since Saban's been there. And you have to give Saban a lot of credit. Wherever he goes, he probably would have had this effect. But you remember when he started, he had a little bit of a low-key back and forth, and I hesitate to say rivalry, but it was Florida. Tebow down there, Urban Meyer. Florida, he thought was going to be the shit for a couple of years. Okay, then it goes, switches to maybe LSU for a little bit, but not really. They started being rivals, but blah, blah, blah. Clemson then was hot for several years, and now they're reduced to losing to Duke, and then now it's Georgia. And I think Kirby's good enough that he's not going to go that way, but, you just don't see a team that was Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, come out and lose an opening game to Duke like Clemson's doing here. And that's going to set a really bad taste for the season. So, I don't know. It's a little, Saban's 17-0 in opening games, so I don't think Dabo is going to get that streak, or if he had one, it's ending tonight for sure.
It's not looking good, folks. So, 21-7 Duke in the fourth quarter right now with about 3 minutes 56 seconds left. And that's not looking good for old Dabo. But, hey, it is what it is. Yeah. What we're going to do is take a short break right now, folks. So get your drugs and drinks and take a piss and shit. And we will be right back here at Everybody Has a Podcast. We'll be right back. We back. Let's go ahead and get into some news, folks. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. What's going on in the news today? Well, here it goes. Cat living at Home Depot in New Jersey becomes an online star by Ben Hooper. Basically, you can also check out this cat, TikTok famous cat living in Burlington County store on YouTube if you want to look at the video. A cat living at a Home Depot store in New Jersey has become a full-fledged social media celebrity and has been drawing new customers to the biz. Jeffrey Simpkins, whose TikTok videos of Leo the cat went viral, said he wanted to document the feline after first encountering him at the Mount Laurel store last month. Quote, the very first one I did, the first day it hit 4.5 million views. Simpkins told WTFX TV, I'm happy to get 1,000 views on video before this. Simpkins told WTVI-TV that Leo's devoted fans admire his, quote, unique personality, like he's friendly. He wears clothing unlike other cats, and he has several places he sleeps at, end quote. Store employees said Leo was a former barn cat brought to the store about a year ago to help solve a mouse problem. The employees take care of Leo and make sure he gets regular vet checkups and has a place to sleep when the stores close on holidays. Some customers say they come to the store just to see Leo. Quote, it is the last week of summer, so we figured let's go see the cat and make the most of it and see if we can be a part of his fan club, Cherry Hill resident Michelle Lithberg said. Man. Okay, that's cool. I kind of like stories like this. You know, got a cat, he be chilling. And, doing whatever. It's kind of folksy. Kind of a folksy tale. I don't know of any business-dwelling cats around me, but maybe we need more of this kind of thing. Random animals and businesses.
I agree.
What do you think?
I agree. There's a fun Instagram account that I follow. I think it's Bodega Cats, like the bodegas in New York City where they have like a cat. I guess that's a thing up there. I mean, the bodegas are kind of cool anyways. But,
wait, where is this at?
New York City.
Okay. You said
they have.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got the little corner bodega shops, and a lot of them have a cat, like I guess a store cat, and it's kind of a thing. But yeah, it's a cool Instagram. So I'm with you. You know what? More businesses need to have cats. I always advocate cats are better pets than dogs because they're so much lower maintenance.
They are lower maintenance, but I don't know. I like dogs better, but cats are definitely easier.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I probably like dogs better, but I think in terms of, I guess it depends on what you look. If you want a low maintenance animal that chills and you don't have to really worry about too much, man, cats are the shit. Like with cats, like if we go on vacation, we can put a litter box inside, and then you can, which is, not my favorite thing, but hey, litter box. They have the automatic cleaning ones now and automatic timers on food and water.
Oh man, you got to get one of those, like the big, like circular robot looking one.
I want one, man. Them things are not cheap, but I do want one. But you can get that kind of shit, go out of town, and your cat is set up. He got water. He got food. His shit's getting cleaned. Duke is laying it on, by the way. 28-7 against Clemson, a minute 44 left. They've won the game, but they are not slowing down. Big run right there. But yeah, cats are, I like them. Cool story.
Yes.
Yes!
What else is going on? Well, I hope you guys like mullets and women. Tennessee woman's 5'8" mullet earns world record, also by Ben Hooper. Longest mullet. This is also on YouTube. A Tennessee woman who hasn't cut the hair on the back of her head since 1990 earned the Guinness World Record for the longest competitive mullet. Tammy Manis earned the female version of the mullet length record when the party in the back part of her hair was measured at 5 feet 8 inches long. Manis said she keeps the front and sides of her hair short, but hasn't cut the back since February 9th, 1990. She said she grew a mullet when she was young, inspired by a girl in Till Tuesday's Voices Carry video, and immediately regretted cutting it off in 1989. Quote, the weirdest thing I find is that people remember me from years ago, Manis said. I've had people recognize me from 20 years ago because I've kept the same hairstyle. End quote. Manis took second place in the female category at the 2022 U.S. Mullet Championships, earning her a $300 prize. She said she learned shortly after the contest that Guinness World Records had opened a category for the longest competitive mullet. She said the application process was long and involved, but it was all worth it when a certificate showed up at her home. Quote, when I opened it, I thought, this is amazing, she said. I confirmed it with the gentleman from Guinness World Records, and I re-verified that I'm actually in the 2024 edition of Guinness World Records for the longest mullet. And that is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking mullet, man. I'm looking at it right now, man. It's pretty long. Wavy. It's got waves.
That's a lot of effort and investment into mullet.
That I don't know. She seemed pretty excited about it.
I'm excited for her.
I'm not sure. I mean, what if your wife decided she wanted to try to break the mullet record?
Oh God, that shit was all the rage in the 80s and 90s on women. They had some terrible haircuts back then, perms and shit.
Oh yeah, I like leveled. Like it was all about the big hair back in the 80s. You know,
huge
big
hair.
curly hair. Yeah, a lot of body.
Yeah, some of that volume, that Aquanet. I know somebody else that gets down that Aquanet and shit. I knew it.
I mean, not anymore so much. I'm kind of kidding you, bro.
I know you used to.
I mean, listen, sometimes old habits die hard, but I don't use so much, y'all. Not these days, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe you.
I don't give a shit, y'all. I don't need to fucking do my hair up to get bitches, yeah.
I guess. You're still stupid and ugly.
He still comes around.
I got a story here for Whis. Mexican City creates record-breaking ball of queso cheese.
Oh.
Ben Hooper doing all the articles today. A city in Mexico broke a Guinness World Record by preparing a ball of pulled queso cheese that weighed in at 1,230 pounds.
Oh my God, yeah.
Carlos Alberto Alvarez Lima, municipal president of fucking, what is this place? Pijijiapan, Chiapas, confirmed the ball of queso known as the OAXACA cheese. I don't know if I can pronounce that. Officially broke the record of 738.5 pounds, which was set in Acatlan, Hidalgo in 2022. The queso ball is composed of tightly stretched cords of cheese. Lima said the team creating the ball prepared more than 1,500 pounds of cheese for the attempt, but decided to stop at 1,230 so as to not put too much strain on the machine used to roll the cords. The finished cheese ball measured more than 3 feet in diameter. The cheese was served to attendees at the Vita Major soccer field.
Oh my God, yeah. I love cheese sandwiches.
That's a big ball of cheese right there.
Huge.
Man. And you can also look at what was this? I don't know if this is YouTube, but you can Google it and probably find video of a big cheese ball. And so yeah, I do like cheese. Are you a cheese guy, Wiggy?
Oh yeah, I love variety of cheeses. Oh, there's Light Bright. What's up? We see you in the chat over there. You see
Oh, Light
aloha.
we missed we missed her last time. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. What's up, Light Bright? You can come on the panel if you want to. If
But
not, you
yeah.
can just chill.
Yeah.
It's your decision. I
Welcome.
put admin motherfucking duties on Wiggy, so I don't know if she did try to get on the panel. Would it show both of us or just me?
I don't see it, but I'm on my phone, so I'm on the app. I'm wondering if I actually use the computer. I need to do a mic check with you on a new mic I got for next week.
Oh, what kind of microphone did you get?
It's just one that I've had. It's from work. It's a headset mic, but I actually did some recording today, and just for something I was working on, and it sounded really good. But I'd like to use the panel in the website. But you know what? Don't want to digress too much. But I am a cheese guy. You know, I like the classics. I like a little provolone too on a sandwich, a little queso dip at the Mexican restaurant. So, yeah, big fan of it. Light Bright, what kind of cheese do you like? I know you said you can't call in, but if you want to type in the chat, you're a restaurant paneur. So
yeah, she is in the restaurant biz. I bet she got all kind of cheeses there.
Man, she got all the crazy ones.
From I'm a cheese guy myself as well.
We need to get down on the cheese tray. Gouda and smoked. Oh,
she likes smoked Gouda, man. That's actually good. I've had that before.
Really good pick. We need to get down on the cheese tray.
Ooh, I'm down. What a charcuterie! Is there like a cheese and like all kind of meats on there?
It is, yeah. My wife actually makes a really good charcuterie board. That's a thing she likes to do. So I need to get her to break a spread out.
That's good, man. I do like a good charcuterie board and smoked Gouda. That's good, and brie is good too. Like brie, yeah. Shout out, she knows her cheeses out there.
She does. That's good.
Yeah. No, I don't like the funky cheeses. Like I know they got some funky ones. I'm trying to think of. I don't think I'm saying it right, but it's shit, man. Lindenberg or some kind of burger cheese. I think I'm not saying it right, but you know,
I know what you're talking about.
It's funky. They got some funky cheeses out there.
It smells like old socks.
Provolone. I'm not really a provolone guy because I remember I went to a Philly cheesesteak place, and they used provolone, and you don't use provolone on a Philly cheesesteak. That's only white American, or if you want to do American, it's cool. But when you put provolone on a Philly, it doesn't melt right. It still stays like semi-solid to me. I don't know. It just doesn't do right to me.
I agree with that. They I'll have it on sandwiches sometimes, and I think it's pretty good. But the melting point of provolone cheese is kind of weird. I had a buddy ages ago, Papa Bear. You know him. He worked at he worked briefly at a sub shop, and he would bust out different cheeses and make some subs for the boys. Man, that shit was pretty good. So that's a good thing, though. You know what? I'm going to put that on the short list. We'll have another game, and we're going to have a charcuterie board, a charcuterie board.
Oh, yeah. She did say Swiss cheese. I like Swiss cheese, and pepper jack's good, too, but sometimes that messes with my tummy. I'm getting older, man. These peppers, man, they kind of fuck with me.
She's got some good suggestions, though. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Limburger. I think that's something. Limburger. Does that sound right? That's the funky one. What's the funky one? Yeah, stanky. Stanky. Oh, yeah. So, what were we talking about? Cheeses. This cheese ball. That's pretty cool. As for anything else in the news, I'm trying to think.
Jimmy Buffett died.
Yeah, he did.
Were you a parrot head in any way, or dig any of his songs? I was. Did you like Jimmy Buffett?
He's one of those I have no opinion on. I didn't hate his shit, and I didn't love it either. I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of neutral stance on him.
I feel the exact same way, and you know, he had some songs that I really liked, but if they were on, I would listen to them. Of course, Margaritaville, Come Monday was a good one too. He had a couple others that I would always, you know, if they were on the radio back when people listened to those, or playing on streaming. If I was listening to if country kind of tuned him in, sometimes I'd listen. But man, I didn't realize like the outpouring of fans and stuff, and well deserved. He was a a legend in the music business, just not really not like I said.
He
I'm with you.
he had his own thing. He wasn't really mainstream, but he had like a lane that he stayed in.
Yep.
I kind of put him as the same category as like the Grateful Dead or like Widespread Panic or like
That's a good way to look
Fish.
at it. Yep.
Like these bands have like loyal followings. They're not necessarily the biggest bands ever, but they'll always have a place. You know what I mean? Like they always
People
have
go to their shows and
Yeah.
like they live and die on their shows and their performances. And I respect him a lot. Like I said, I liked it, but watching on social media, man, so many people, and he's a local boy, Alabama guy from the coast area, so maybe I'm just seeing it more in this area. But yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett, 76 years old. Some type of skin cancer, guys. Take care of your skin. Go to the dermatologist from here and there. But I think that was the big story of the week.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy. I hate it when people say, "Oh, it's such a tragedy. Like, he lost Jimmy. He's fucking 76." I'm like, "Oh, well, he's 76. Okay, like it's not like he was 36. Fucker was on his way to 80. I mean, yeah, I'm sad, I guess, but I mean, it ain't like he got shot the fuck up by a bunch of gang members or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was probably like chilling on the beach or by the beach. Like, he had a good life,
He had a wonderful life. I couldn't imagine a bunch of Crips rolling up on Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, he's chilling, man. Cheeseburger in paradise, man. Got to go sometime. It is what it is. But I mean, it's not like, like we said, not like he got capped by a bunch of Crips when he was 30 years old on the streets. So he had a pretty good life, man. I mean, we can only as fucking, wish for that,
Oh, if I had a fraction of the life he had, not just the money and the fame. I mean, he really had some stories that sounded like adventures. And I respect that. So rest in peace, the parrot head, the pirate. You know what? I love Jimmy Buffett. His memory. I'm not gonna say I love him, but I respect him. I guess that's the way to put it. I'm not gonna call him the pirate. That's Mike Leach. I'll call him the old parrot head.
The old parrot head. Yes, rest in peace, Jimmy. So, all right. Let's go ahead and take another call. We got Daryl in West Texas in the house. What up, Daryl?
Hey, boys, this is Daryl from West Texas. What do y'all think about that Trey Lance trade? You think he's going to make it in Dallas, or what do you think's going to happen with him? I think he's going to make it somehow. I just don't know how, but I'm going to hang up and listen to y'all's opinion. Thanks, fellas. Great show.
Thanks, Daryl. It's good to hear from you again. I was going to bring this up the last show, man. I fucking forgot. So, Trey Lance. We talked about him. We had a caller asking us a couple of weeks ago about should San Francisco get rid of him? What should they do? Should they keep him? I would get rid of him. And they did. They traded him to Dallas for, I think it was a 4th-round pick. Here's the deal. I don't know why the fuck he even got drafted at. What did he go for? Like number 3 or something?
Yeah, somewhere like that.
It was up there, man. Like you're in the top fucking 10. You're getting paid. Like that is fucking generational money usually. But he played at like North Dakota State or some shit, and he didn't even. He needs reps in the NFL. You need reps. You need playing time, dude. He didn't have that even coming in, dude. He had nothing in college. And he wasn't even, was that an FBS or FCS team? I don't even know.
North Dakota State, they're FCS.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and then like he didn't even play that much in college. That's the thing. And you expect him to come in and, I don't know what the fuck you're expecting, really. That was stupid as fuck. That was a bad fucking decision by, I don't even know who the fuck was it. John Lynch who made that call? I don't know, man. Dude, you're a stupid fuck. You would have been better with fucking Mac Jones or anybody else, dude. You're trading a fucking former 1st-round pick, top 5 pick for a 4th rounder. I don't even know what else they got, but dude, he's not gonna do shit in Dallas. He's like what is he, number 3? 4? 3 or 4?
Something like that.
Unless something really fucked up happens, he's not getting on the field. and he's been in the league for 2 or 3 years. I don't know, man. I just don't really know. I think he's a bust. But like, it's all about your perception. What's a bust? You know what I mean? He made a ton of money. He's a bust from the standpoint he didn't do anything in the league, right? But as far as him getting money, oh, that's cool, I guess. Several players in the NBA. Look at Darko. He's $100 million fucking dude. He made $100 million over 10 years, but nobody knows who the fuck he was. So yeah, he's an NBA bust, but in life, was he a bust? I don't think so. So I guess they would be talking the sport itself, which makes sense. So in that motherfucking vein, I'm looking at him as a bust, man. I just don't know what you do with Trey Lance.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. I mean, if you're going to look at a bust, people don't differentiate that. Dude, if I went to made, fuck you money, and I was the worst player that ever got drafted, but I made that money, I'm not a bust in life. I got ahead of 99.9% of people. Get your money. But if we're looking at as you as a player and evaluating, yeah, I think I could go past, and I think a bust is a good term for that.
Where do you think he could go that he could make it? I mean, I guess the one thing about him is we don't know what he can do because he hadn't played.
Yeah, I think there's
reps.
Yeah, there's too many unknowns. I mean, he sat out that one at North Dakota State. And North Dakota State's a hard gauge, too, because they're a really good team in FCS. But FCS is what it is. There's a far difference from a good FCS team to a really good FBS team. And the competition they play against. So, impressive passer there. Where would he fit in? I don't know. I mean, his body of work, good God, 2019 is what you saw? I don't know. I couldn't even say because there's just nothing to gauge on. Big dude, good arm. But, yeah, even decent runner. So, I don't know. You're more of the pro side than I am. You think there's a fit for him that would, if all the teams were open for a QB, or what offense would fit him best, or what's needing right now? Where would he fit in at?
I have no idea. I think he needs more experience. You can maybe put him in maybe Seattle. I don't know. Is Geno still out there? I don't even know who the starter is over there, but maybe you could put him behind somebody in that offense, like a Seattle type of offense. Maybe the Cardinals. But he's not ready to start. That's the thing. He needs more. He needs more time. He needs more reps, man. He needs more experience. He just didn't have that. And that's the NFL. So you need in the NFL.
Right.
Unless,
I agree.
I don't even know of a phenom. You know what I mean? Like, there's nobody that just comes into the league and lighten it up that I can think of right now as a quarterback. Right?
I agree.
Yeah, he's a bust. Sorry, Daryl. He ain't gonna do shit. He gonna be a bust, but he made a ton of money, so that's good for him. Maybe I'll put him in a broadcast booth somewhere in 5 years. So I guess we'll see, man. We shall see, my friend. We're gonna go ahead and get into is this not a vintage game review? But what? Shit. What happened? Having technical difficulties, folks.
Oh, man. Sometimes the callers get through.
Sometimes I don't even know what happened. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so this week we have a newer game. It's called Dead Cells, and they do have a Castlevania DLC on this. I don't think I played it, but I did play the game. It was kind of confusing because I think I tried to download the DLC before the actual game because I don't know. I thought that was a fucking game, but it was not the game. Anyway. Dead Cells. This is on the Nintendo Switch, by the way. Dead Cells is a 2018 roguelike Metroidvania game developed by Motion Twin and published by Motion Twin. The game was released for Linux, Mac OS, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Windows, Xbox One, and it was August the 7th, 2018. There was a mobile port released on 2019, August 28th, and an Android port, which was released on June 3rd, 2020. PlayStation 5 port was released June 29th, 2023. In the game, the player takes the roles of an amorphous creature called the Prisoner. As the prisoner, the player must fight their way out of a diseased island in order to slay the island's king. The player gains weapons, treasure, and other tools through exploration of a procedurally generated levels, using them to fight various mutated creatures. Dead Cells features a permadeath system, causing the player to lose all items and other currencies upon dying. Production of Dead Cells began after Motion Twin planned development for a follow-up to their previous browser game, Die Tonight. After release, Motion Twin supported the game with several updates and expansions. The game received positive reviews from critics. The praise its combat style and level design, specific praise being directed towards the randomized levels and weapons. By March 2021, the game has sold 5 million copies. This is a 2D side scroller, Roguevania, they say. Kind of like Metroid, kind of like Castlevania, you know. The Prisoner is an amorphous creature that can possess human corpses. The prisoner explores a fictional island infested with mutated monsters, which must be traversed so the prisoner can kill the island's king. When the player dies, they lose all weapons and upgrades obtained in a playthrough, excluding a few permanent items. Weapons primarily include swords, bows, shields, and placeable traps that harm enemies that come near them. In combat, the prisoner can dodge across the ground to avoid attacks of enemies, jump over the attacks. Dodging into an enemy's space allows the prisoner to move through them and attack from behind. When falling from a height, the prisoner can slam into the ground, allowing them to stun enemies or allow the prisoner to fall from heights without getting stunned themselves. Did you ever play Dark Souls?
Dark Souls. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. It sounds like a... I played Metroid and a lot of those side scrollers, but no, I didn't play Dark Souls.
So the game's combat is comparable to Dark Souls, the series, with difficult enemies possessing certain behaviors that the player can learn, and where frequent player character death is a fundamental part of the game, as they explore a series of dungeons, levels, and fight creatures within. Dungeon levels. The player can collect an in-game currency called cells from defeated foes. Cells can be used to purchase permanent upgrades, such as potions that restore hit points, or additional weapons that may randomly obtain during a playthrough. These cells can only be spent at the end of a dungeon section. If the player dies before it ends, they lose all collected cells. New upgrade options can be found by locating blueprints inside dungeons, which must be taken out to the level to be collected. All right, so play this game, man, and it's kind of like a souped-up Castlevania. If you remember any of the Castlevania games, side-scrollers, they were big in the Nintendo days. There's several releases. This is kind of cool because I'm thinking of it like souped-up Castlevania with like elements of anime kind of in it. How they like kind of souped it up. Still a 2D scroller, but you have different. It's like juiced up, if you will. So it's pretty fun play. And like I said, they have the Castlevania DLC, which I don't think that's loaded up on mine when I played it, but generally positive reviews here. I would say go check it out. If you liked Castlevania or any of those side scrollers in the Super Nintendo days, this is worth a download. It's like $24 on the Switch. And it's got, there's a few DLCs, so there's some expansion packs on it. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 5. And yeah, go check it out. It's pretty cool. I think you could probably get some, some good playing time on that.
Looks cool, and it's got really overwhelmingly good reviews. So, yeah, I like the throwback games that are I guess the modern games with a throwback twist, if that makes sense.
It's definitely that. It's got some new elements and definitely old elements. So check that out, folks. And that's another game review in the books. It's definitely worth it. I think y'all like it. So the final Duke versus Clemson, 28-7. Duke. Bum bum ba
Ouch.
That's not a. That's rough.
Rough start to the season. That's a conference start. So, ouch, Clemson.
Yeah. That ain't good, my friend, but we'll see what else Dabo has in store. I don't know, man. It's not a good start to the season, but hey, that's why we love college football, man. All kind of crazy shit always happens in these games. So it's ain't nothing but a thing, bro. Man, we're gonna have a full slate of games next week too, and we're gonna do those pick'ems coming up here in a little bit. So yeah, check that out. Well, shit, we might have picks coming up. Coming up now. I don't know.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, I actually got them ready. I forgot. NFL we had already picked for next week, so that's where I was off at behind the scenes doing my notes, and we've got NFL covered and picked. I'm always trying to stay on top of my homework, Grant Mills. Yeah, if you're ready, I've got the NCAA results from last week, and I've got the 10 games going into next week that I think we should pick on.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Now. All right, Grant Mills. Last week, gosh, I'm embarrassed. We picked 10 games, hard 10 games, but like I said earlier, they actually produced some pretty decent ones. You and Whis both picked 6 correctly. I picked 5 out of 10 correctly for 50%. Yeah, some good games that showed up last week. I thought North Carolina, South Carolina was a good one. Utah and Florida, surprising. Good pick, Grant Mills. You got Utah on that one. And Colorado and TCU. Whis actually went with the Buffs. So I'll give credit where credit's due. Good job, Whis.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see what we got this week. We're going to go 10 games. This is going to be another week where you're kind of dipping in, but we actually have some bigger top 10 games, or top 25, I should say. Let's start with number 14, Utah, coming off that win against Florida. They're playing at Baylor. Grant Mills, you got a Utah-Baylor pick for us?
I'm going to go Utah.
I'll go with Utah as well.
I'm going Baylor, yeah.
Baylor Bears, all right. Nebraska at Colorado should be a pretty good game. Grant Mills, who you got?
Colorado.
I agree. Colorado on that one.
I'm going Colorado, yeah.
Colorado. Going into SEC, battle of number 22, Ole Miss, at number 24, Tulane. Tulane was surprisingly decent last year. Kind of a team that's come up. Grant Mills, Ole Miss at Tulane. Who you got?
I'm going to go Ole Miss.
I agree. I think Lane Kiffin's got it.
I'm going to go Tulane, baby.
Tulane. Number 23, Texas A&M at Miami Hurricanes. Grant Mills, who you like?
I'm going to go Texas A&M.
I'm with you. Aggies on that one. Whis?
MIA, yeah.
MIA.
I just don't know how they're going to do this year. They were terrible last year.
Yeah, they were terrible last year. Kind of a program that's also dropped from their glory days. So, yeah, I think Texas A&M will do fine. I think they're going to wipe out Miami this weekend. Battle of Iowa and Iowa State. Number 25, Iowa at Iowa State. Man, they got those rivalry games early. It seems like that should be an end of the year kind of thing. But who you got? The Hawkeyes or the Cyclones?
I'm gonna go Hawkeyes.
All right, I'm with you on that one. I think they're a pretty good team. Whis, who you got?
Iowa State, yeah.
Iowa State. All right, the big game, middle of the day, coming at you at I think what is that? 6:30 Saturday. Number 11, Texas Longhorns, led by Steve Sarkisian. At number 4, Alabama, led by Coach Saban. Grant Mills. What are your thoughts on this game, and who you got?
Bama. I think they should do good. I think they should do good on this one. Texas, I don't know about their quarterback.
Yeah, I'm with you. He stood out a little bit last year. I also think Bama went to Texas. It's an early game. I thought Bama was kind of ironing out the wrinkles, and Texas brought it, man. It was a home game. They were feeling good. They had Sarkisian. So I thought last year was more of a momentum than a talent game. I think this year, Texas, again, they had a good win over Rice. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything to write home about. I guess you could say that with any team that was playing a jobber team. But I think Bama looks right now, and it's hard to gauge on one shitty game, but I think Bama looks heavily better than Texas. So I got Bama. Whis?
I'm going Bama, dumbasses.
I knew you would, sir. All right. This one's kind of a weird one. Arizona, the Wildcats at Mississippi State. This is probably another battle of $4 seats.
I'm going Mississippi State.
Yeah, I got Mississippi State on that. Arizona's consistently sucked.
Bulldogs here.
All right, we are winding it down. This one's a good game. I actually think this could be an interesting one and a late night one at that. Auburn at California. Auburn last week.
Oh, Cal?
Yeah, playing Cal. Yeah. What did Cal do last week? Do we know?
I have no idea.
Auburn had UMass, and I mean, nothing really stood out. They had some quarterback stuff. Cal, the Golden Bears, let's see who they played, and I'll give you a little insight. And they're at California, which is a little bit of a weird, kind of weird seeing a SEC team out there for a night game. Cal smashed North Texas last week, 52-21, I think. So, yeah, Auburn or Cal?
I'm going Auburn.
You know what? I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Cal.
That's just dumb, yeah. I'm going Auburn.
Maybe it's just my bias against Auburn. I'm thinking maybe the West Coast weather will fuck them up. All right, your Ducks, number 15, Oregon, led by Bo Nix at Texas Tech.
Oh, Oregon.
Yeah, I got Oregon as well. He's played pretty good last week. Whis, who you got?
I got Oregon, yeah.
All right, last game. Battle of two California teams. Stanford at number 6, USC. Stanford at USC.
Oh, USC.
I got USC too. Caleb Williams. Whis, who you got?
I'm going Stanford, yeah.
Okay. I don't even know who the hell they have, man. I ain't heard of nobody good on that team since Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Didn't they graduate from Stanford?
He was a Stanford guy. Stanford football. Let's see who they've had. I've been trying to watch. They played last week Hawaii last Friday, 37-24. Yeah, I mean, beating Hawaii, that's not really that much shit. Yeah, they haven't really had a really good team in a while. I like those West Coast games, though. They play late at night, so football lasts a little longer. So not a huge slate of good games, but the ones that are good, I think will be pretty memorable. I think Nebraska and Colorado, seeing Colorado play again is just kind of fun. Bama and Texas will be good. I think Auburn and Cal, I believe that game could be an upset. So going against the grain on it, but we will see. And that is your top 10 college games next week. NFL did not play this weekend, so we will have those picks for you for next week.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
What it do?
Where you going this week, Wiggy?
You know what? I have no clue. Like I said, I was off Friday, off today, so I had a nice 4-day weekend. I am not ready to get back into it, so not ready for it. How about you? You got any? I guess you're back in the office tomorrow. Or going out to a store tomorrow, or traveling?
Probably going somewhere. So they don't tell you where you're going until like something comes up, or
I set my own inspections basically. So if I get an assignment and I got to handle it, I'll make the call and then I'll schedule it when I can.
So it's pretty much up to you.
Yeah, it is. And I usually won't, typically, if I don't have any urgency to be somewhere, I typically will set them a week out at least, unless it's urgent.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, well, and the big reason is if another one comes in and it's in the same city or at least on the way, that way I'm not having to do double duty. So if I get something, say, in Nashville, and I set it a week away, and then another Nashville comes in on Friday, I'll just set it the same day. That way I'm killing two birds with one stone. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And that does happen a pretty regular bit. If, for example, if we get bad weather somewhere and I got to go travel, it's in the same area. Usually people aren't going to file their shit the same day. So that's why I try to wait. And that way, if another one comes in, kill those two birds with one stone, boy.
Hey man, nothing wrong with that. It sounds like you've got it down to a science over there.
Done it a long time, man. It used to be much tougher. Now that I'm doing a bigger territory, but with less assignments, it's a little easier to manage. When I used to handle many a month, and I was doing a huge volume, it was a lot tougher to get that schedule because I would have to go back and reschedule shit. Because if I was already scheduled one and I was going one way, but then another one came in that way, but they couldn't do it at a certain date, I'd have to go back and call and be like, can you reschedule? Because I'm a big efficiency guy, man. Always with the efficiency.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Work smarter, not harder.
That's right, baby. Let's start up the cutlass. So what's up on the meal prep, man? Same shit?
Nothing yet. I've been a bad boy this week. We had pizza with the guys. Big Mustard brought over a bunch of chickens for us. I munched on those. Had some Panda Express and had some ice cream tonight. So I have been off my diet for a long weekend. We have not done groceries this weekend. My wife was out of town, so nothing in the fridge right now. Tomorrow I may actually have to go pick up some Chick-fil-A or some shit.
Ooh, man, get him a big old bucket of chicken.
Oh, that sounds good as hell. So nothing yet. I will update you guys next week on meal prep because I have an empty fridge right now. What about you? What's your week look like? Pretty busy?
Yeah, fairly. I mean, not too bad, I don't think. Shouldn't be too bad. And getting towards the end of the quarter here. 3 to 4 weeks left. And I love pussy. All right. So
I do
what
too.
Got any final thoughts? Anything you want to cover off on how we get out of here?
Oh, I was ill prepared tonight. I had a prior engagement, made it in time just for you guys. You know what? Let's see. I've got a whole list of quotes here, but I don't know if any, blah, 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 blah. You know what? This one's dumb, but I'm going to read it anyways. If we're not meant to have midnight snacks, why is there a light in the fridge? Nice. I think it was too bad, but yeah, it's going to be a good week. We got football. Thank you guys for tuning in every week. Grant Mills, take us home.
Whis Craigie.
I'm out, yeah. I gotta go cuddle with Bite, yeah.
Oh, God.
I would expect nothing less from you. Oh, y'all check out the webpage, Grantmills or podbean.com. Check out the old episodes, hit subscribe. Man, donate some shit.
Oh, shit.
Donate some shit if you want. Every fucking goddamn, this is what I'm looking at. Every Monday night, 9:30, here. Grantmills.podbean.com. Yeah, baby, yeah. So I hope all you guys have a good week coming up, man. We're gonna be back, like I said, 9:30 in the dirty every Monday night, y'all. Like I said, man, check us out. listen. You know, it's a fun time. I'm gonna close out with a quotation from one Mitch Hedberg.
Ooh.
I'll wear a necklace because I want to know when I'm upside down. I hope all you guys have a great weekend back here. 9:30 p.m. Central Time. GrantMills@podme.com. All the streaming, iTunes, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Check us out. Until then, smoke it up.
Good.